As we age, the immune system undergoes significant changes, a process called immunosenescence. Older adults are more susceptible to infections, take longer to recover, respond less robustly to vaccines, and have higher rates of certain cancers and autoimmune conditions. But immune function is not fixed. There are well-evidenced strategies that meaningfully support immune health in older adults, and the good news is that many of them are the same fundamentals that benefit every other aspect of health. Today, we're covering the science of aging immunity and the most powerful evidence-based strategies to support yours. The immune system has two arms: innate immunity, the fast, nonspecific first response, and adaptive immunity, the slower but targeted response that produces antibodies and immunological memory. Both change with age, but adaptive immunity is most significantly affected. T cells, the key coordinators of adaptive immune responses, are produced in the thymus, which shrinks progressively after puberty. By age 70, the thymus produces far fewer naive T cells, leaving fewer resources to respond to new threats. B cells also function less effectively with age, producing fewer and lower quality antibodies. This is why vaccine responses are weaker in older adults, and why vaccine formulations for seniors are often adjusted to provide stronger stimulation. Natural killer cells, which destroy virus-infected and cancerous cells, also decline in function. Additionally, chronic low-grade inflammation, inflammaging, paradoxically suppresses specific immune responses while activating nonspecific ones, creating an immune system that is simultaneously overactive and underperforming. Several specific nutrients are foundational to immune function. Deficiency in any of them, extremely common in older adults, directly impairs immune responses. Vitamin D is arguably the most important. Vitamin D receptors are found on virtually every immune cell. It activates antimicrobial proteins, regulates inflammatory responses, and is required for T cell function. Adults over 60 are frequently deficient, with direct consequences for immune resilience. Supplement vitamin D3 and test your levels regularly. Vitamin C is required for the production and function of white blood cells. It also protects immune cells from oxidative damage and supports the physical barriers against infection, skin, and mucous membranes. Best food sources: bell peppers, higher than citrus, kiwi, citrus fruits, broccoli, strawberries. Zinc is essential for immune cell development and the inflammatory response. Zinc deficiency, common in older adults, impairs both innate and adaptive immunity. Food sources: oysters, beef, pumpkin seeds, legumes. A modest supplement of 10 to 15 milligrams can be appropriate if dietary intake is inadequate. Selenium supports the production of immune proteins and has antiviral properties. Best food source: Brazil nuts, just 2 per day provide more than the RDA. Vitamin A supports mucosal immunity, the protective lining of the respiratory and gastrointestinal tracts. Found in organ meats, dairy, and eggs, and as beta-carotene in orange and yellow vegetables. Probiotics and probiotics: approximately 70 to 80% of immune tissue is located in or adjacent to the gut. A healthy microbiome trains and regulates immune responses. Regular fermented food consumption and high dietary fiber intake directly support gut-based immunity. Sleep is not passive. The immune system is highly active during sleep. Growth hormone released in deep sleep stimulates immune cell production. Cytokines, immune signaling molecules, are released and regulated during sleep. T cell trafficking to lymph nodes is enhanced during slow-wave sleep. Sleeping fewer than 6 hours per night consistently reduces antibody responses to vaccines, increases susceptibility to respiratory infections, and impairs the ability to fight off viruses. A study using the common cold virus showed that people sleeping fewer than 6 hours were 4 times more likely to catch a cold than those sleeping 7 or more hours. Prioritizing sleep is one of the most powerful immune support strategies available, and it costs nothing. The relationship between exercise and immunity follows a U-shaped curve. Too little exercise impairs immune function. Too much intense exercise suppresses it temporarily, the open window phenomenon seen in elite athletes. Moderate exercise, sustained regularly, significantly enhances immune function. Regular moderate exercise, 30 minutes of brisk walking or equivalent, most days, increases the circulation of immune cells, reduces inflammatory markers, improves sleep, and reduces the risk of upper respiratory tract infections. Studies specifically in older adults show that regular moderate exercise improves vaccine responses and reduces the incidence and severity of infections. Overtraining, excessive intense exercise without adequate recovery, can temporarily suppress immunity. For older adults, the goal is consistent moderate activity rather than high-intensity performance. Chronic stress is one of the most potent immune suppressors known. Stress hormones, particularly cortisol, directly inhibit T-cell function, reduce antibody production, and impair the immune response to vaccines and infections. Loneliness is a form of chronic psychological stress, and its immune consequences are well documented. Conversely, positive social connection, purpose, and emotional well-being are associated with better immune responses. Studies show that people with strong social networks produce better antibody responses to vaccines and have lower rates of upper respiratory infections. Regular practices that reduce the stress response, meditation, time in nature, deep breathing, prayer, meaningful social engagement, are genuine immune support strategies. Laughter has been shown in multiple studies to increase natural killer cell activity and immunoglobulin levels. Don't dismiss this as too simple. The biology is real. To summarize the most impactful actions for immune health after 60, get your vitamin D levels tested and supplement appropriately. Eat a diverse, plant-rich diet with plenty of vitamin C and zinc. Include fermented foods and probiotic fiber for gut immunity. Sleep 7 to 9 hours as a non-negotiable priority. Exercise moderately and consistently. Manage chronic stress through whatever practices work for you. Maintain strong social connections. Stay up to date with recommended vaccines, flu, pneumococcal, shingles, and COVID boosters, which are particularly important as immune responses to infection weaken with age. Your immune system can't be fixed overnight, but it responds meaningfully to consistent, good habits over time. The strategies we covered today are not quick fixes, but they are real. They reduce your risk of infections, support your vaccine responses, and give your body the tools to fight and recover. As always, speak with your doctor about immune health, particularly regarding vaccines, which are one of the most evidence-based immune support tools available to older adults. See you in the next video.